Hey everybody, it's Matt Modi again from Modi Sports Analytics, here to bring you another video about brainlessly making money betting on sports. So the last time you heard from me, it was kind of an all-encompassing way to make money on the sports books. Today is specifically going over brainless, no-brainer odds boosts. So my last one was mainly sign-up bonuses with a little bit of arbing and stuff like that. Today is, like I said, brainless odds boosts. So when I say brainless, I mean that you can literally just bet on it. You can bet and forget. Kind of like when they talk about fantasy football, set and forget players. This is a bet and forget bets. What I did was I just looked at all the legal sports books I could find, and I found over $200 in profit. Like I said, not including stake, profit, no-brainer bets. I'm going to detail each one in a little bit, but I just want to confirm that it's not a scam. There's no catch. Nothing like that. I understand for the skeptics out there kind of wondering, that doesn't make any sense. There's no such thing as free money, especially when it comes to gambling on sports. Let me be clear and assure you that in this way, there's no catch. So if you're wondering, okay, well, fine, there's no catch, but why are these sports books giving out these free bets if they're guaranteed to hit? Well, when you think about it, the reasoning is kind of simple. In order to actually bet on these no-brainers, you have to deposit money into the sportsbooks accounts, right? So that benefits the sportsbooks because they get more users, they get more people putting money in them, and then they're banking on you continuing to use their app once you win the bet. So you make free $50, they're hoping that you use that $100 profit and stake and continue using their app. What you could do is just withdraw, take your profits, and run. Like, hey, I'm not trying to mess with this. I just want to take my profits and run. You can do that, but that's not what the sports books are banking on. They're banking on people not using websites like OddsJam and not making sharp bets and continuing to use their, like I said, user services once the bet is already hit. So, like I said, I just want to reiterate and confirm that I don't want you to think that this is some sort of scam, that you're just, okay, yeah, I hear about free money all the time. This is not one of those you want a free iPad type videos. It's legit, and I can show you how, and I've actually bet on these myself. So the only catch here is if you don't use sharp websites like OddsJam to do your sports betting. So of course, with that, I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about OddsJam. I went over a little bit the calculator I did arbing yesterday. Today, I want to go over a different feature, and that's the bet tracker. I really like this because it's just an easy and concise way to track everything. I used to do it myself on an Excel spreadsheet, and I would forget to input something, or I would just put the odds wrong. So I like using their app, which you could input an Excel spreadsheet if you wanted to. And it's just an easy way to calculate your winnings and everything like that. So make sure you sign up. I would recommend doing the paid version of it. It's a great tool, and this one specifically, Bet Tracker, is good stuff. So like I said, I went and found, in this case, it's 9 total bets, profit 220.45, so $220, all on brainless bets, right? You'll notice that there's only 5 sports books here: DraftKings, Caesar, PointsBet, Wynn Bet, and Fox. That's because not every sports book had a no-brainer. So Fanduel didn't have one, BetMGM didn't have one, but these did. And the best was actually Caesar, where you can make $100. Close to that was DraftKings, which was 70. So I'll do DraftKings first. And I went over these a little bit yesterday. I'll just do it in a little more detail today. The first one is this hammer the over. So if you do this long enough, you'll notice that whenever a big event is starting, like in this case, it's football season, I bet they'll do something similar for NBA. And last year, I remember specifically, they did it for March Madness. They had a hammer the over. But essentially, in this case, every 2,500 bets, the total drops. So when you last saw me do this, it was at 9.5. Now it's at 2. So you think one of Clemson or Georgia will get a field goal, probably a lot more. And if that happens, you'll make $25 for free. Max 25 bet, odds are plus 100. So again, there's no catch there. It's just, hey, well, and I have done these before, but just, hey, will there be 3 points? If so, then you'll make your money. There's really no scam, no catch. The next one is the Thursday night football, or NFL game, I should say. Tampa Bay plus 73 against Dallas. Yeah, they just don't have to lose by 74 or more, as it says here. So they could even lose by 70 and it would still hit. In this case, the odds are minus 110. So it's not quite even money, but still, that's free money as it gets. So the max bet for this one is 50. That's where you get to the $70. So you make 25 here, You make 45 here, and you boogie with $73 on DraftKings. The next one, like I said, is the most profitable, is Caesar, and there are 3. But one thing I want to note here is that they don't market it really well. So if you click promotions, they don't show up, right? You don't see any of them. And if you go to boosts, it also doesn't show up. For whatever reason, their super boosts are in a different category, which maybe they don't want as many people seeing it, but I find that kind of confusing. So just when you're using Caesar, you need to kind of scroll a little bit on your phone or on your computer to find it. But anyways, the first 2 are for college football. First one, Duke to win versus Charlotte, plus 100. The next one, Clemson to win versus Georgia, plus 100. So in both cases, they're heavy favorites. They should win. Duke is like minus, let's see, 240. I forget the exact odds, but Clemson is up there. They're minus something. They're heavily favored to win. So if you do both of these and they win, that's a free $50 profit, not including the $50 stake. And if you, for whatever reason, you don't want to risk it, you're like, hey, I just want to guarantee profit. I don't want to rely on a fluke injury and one of those teams losing. Totally fair. If you want to do that, then you could just use the ARB feature on OddsJam. So what you would do, odds plus 100, not 0, 100, stake is 25. And then what you would do is just scan every sports book, find the best odds you can get for the underdog. Let's pretend they're plus 200. So what you would do at 25 on the odds boost, at 16 on the underdog, and you're guaranteed to make $8 in profit. For me, both teams should win. I'm pretty confident in that, so I'm just going to let it ride. And I have already bet on these 2. The third one, and this is a guarantee. This one you don't have to stress over. Will the Bucs score 1 point? Probably not going to get shut out. They're also probably not going to lose by 74. So there's 2. This one's max 50 plus 100. So there's the $100 you can make on Caesar. So the Bucs, as long as they don't get blown out and they score a point, you're almost making $100 on the Thursday night game alone. So that one's pretty nice. The next one, PointsBet. Fortunately, they make their max a lot lower, but still they're 2 free money bets. The first one, again, is the NFL Thursday night game with the Bucs and Cowboys. All Tom Brady has to do is throw for 1 yard. So unless he gets hurt running out of the tunnel or he gets COVID right before the game and they don't give you your money back, this one's guaranteed to hit. The next one, again, the Clemson-Georgia game. Unless the game ends in a 0-0 tie, you will make $10 free. So there's 20 on PointsBet. Again, all Tom Brady has to do is throw for a yard. Either Clemson or Georgia has to score points. So even if there's one safety and the other team gets shut out, don't worry, that one will still hit. So that's $20 there. The next one is Wynn Bet. And this one is kind of similar to, let me share that tab, kind of similar to the Caesar ones where it's a little more of a risk where you have to kind of rely on a team winning and not something fluke happening. But you can triple the spread, 7.5 to 22.5. So I think the Bucs are going to win. I don't think they're going to lose. I don't think Dallas is going to lose by more than 3 touchdowns. So this is one that I already bet. The max on that one is $20. So there's another free $20 on that one. Again, if you want to hedge, you can. You could take Dallas plus 22.5. You could take the Bucs minus 22.5 and hedge it there, and then you're guaranteed to win. I'm sure you can get some pretty good odds on that. But for me, I'm just going to I would just let it ride. I don't think they're going to lose by 3 touchdowns. And the last one is Fox. Unfortunately, the Fox and PointsBet aren't legal in Virginia, so I am unable to use them. And this one is a little less of a just set it and forget one. But will Penn State score 1 touchdown and 1 field goal? It's pretty likely. I mean, minus 225 to now plus 100. That's pretty good. It's not a guarantee, but it's only $20. So you still make, like, the actual no-brainer guarantee ones will still refund this if it doesn't hit for whatever reason. But again, I know college kickers are a little risky, but this one should definitely hit. So that's the summary of all of them. That's how you get to the $220 profit. And let's say you're like, hey, I only want to do the no-brainers of no-brainers. I don't want to have any risk. Then fine. We'll just add up. This one's an auto. This one's going to hit. It's going to go over 3 points. Bucs are going to not lose by 74. They're going to score a point. Tom Brady will throw for a yard. There will be a point scored. And that's it. You just want to do those. You don't want to think about it. Still $115. Again, I'm comfortable with all these. I've bet on all the ones that I can. So I don't think there's a risk in Clemson money line, Duke money line, Cowboys plus 22.5, or the Penn State one, the 1 field goal and 1 touchdown. But if you do and you really don't want to risk it, either you can ARB them and then guarantee to make profit for Duke and Charlotte, or you can just not bet them and not even risk it. But I think that it's worth it. So again, I would recommend putting all these bets into the bet tracker, because especially when it's free, you're like, it's really fun to see how much money you're making. And like I said, it's $220 that you make on no-brainer bets. I haven't gone over sign-up bonuses like I did in my last video, and I haven't gone over any other odds boosts that I think are, that are likely to hit, but not quite no-brainers. So those are just, I'll do more of those videos in the future, but in this case, I just kind of want to do one at a time. But yeah, so just to reiterate, no scam, no catch here. I kind of went through it. They're all likely to hit. Some of them are all, like, pretty much a guarantee. And the other ones, if you don't think so, then just don't bet them. And then in future videos, I'll go over a little more sharp betting, like the no fig, the free play calculator, or just expected value on odds boosts and why they're a good bet or not. So if you like what you watch, I'd appreciate subscribe, like, all that good stuff. And if you want to discuss more any sports betting with me, you can hit me up on Twitter at @Modi_sports. Again, this comes to you from OddsJam, and happy betting. Good luck.